First ever electric car was invented by a German engineer called Anderson Flocken. But they weren't reliable. They were outperformed by ICE cars, which stands for internal combustion engines, which, in another word, we could say petrol cars. Now, moving on to the 1900s, they started gaining popularity, and especially for urban residents, and specifically for women. They found it easier to drive and also quiet, but not for long. Sadly, in 1920, better roads and the discovery of cheap crude oil made them, contributed in the decline of electric vehicles. And sooner and faster than you know it, by 1935, electric vehicles have been completely vanished. But you know what hasn't vanished? Engineers' hard work. By 2020, the EV sales were only 4%, which isn't a lot, I know. But the interesting news is, for 2023, we are expected, the EV sales are projected to be well over 18%. That's huge, right? So let's do a quick comparison between them. Let's start with the disadvantages. An EV battery takes a long time to charge, which approximately is about 15 to 24 hours. And I can only imagine one thing: waking up in the morning and then realizing that I forgot to plug in my car last night. Well, yeah, someone is going to walk to their job. Now, they have higher initial costs. So when you buy a car, it's way more expensive than petrol cars. And also, they tend to have lower range, which means you could easily end up on the side of a highway with an empty battery. And also, replacing a battery is way too expensive. And here in Iraq specifically, it's very hard to find charging stations for them. And also, the amount of pollution to manufacture an EV is way too much. So there's no point in having them. And also, natural gas is used to make the batteries that the EVs use. So it's like someone coming up to you and says, "Hello, I've bought a new car that runs on natural gas." Well, fantastic. I've been doing that my whole life. So it's nothing new. Moving on to advantages, and I don't know if you want to hear it after all that, but first of all, no fuel, so you don't have to pay for it very often. And also, they run quicker, they're faster, and also they're quiet. They tend to have higher and impressive technology, and also they are, what do you call it? They're electric, so they're eco-friendly. The EV itself is eco-friendly, which means there are no pollutants. It emits no pollutants. So this leads us to the conclusion. The world here splits into two sides, and therefore I will virtually split the stage to two sides as well. You've got the first side. They're the people who are with EVs. They are willing to change to EVs, and also the people who think that changing to EVs is a matter of survival and not fashion, like some people see it. But on the other hand, you've got people who are against it, people who think that staying on gas is the way to go. They've been doing that all their lives, and there's no need for petrol cars because it's a circle. We're using natural gas, the main resource, and we're polluting Earth either way. But I will be giving my own opinion on this, and I will be against EVs. Why? Because I love motorsports. I'm a petrol head. And for those who don't know what petrol head is, it's a person who's highly in love in cars and in engine parts.
Your time is finished.
2 minutes.
Okay. 2 minutes.
All right, hold on. No, 30 seconds. Hold on.
Okay.
A petrol head is a person who loves cars way too much. And I'm talking about big engines, not any engine. So the choice is yours to make. And you can decide which side you're on. Both of them, it's yours to make. And if EVs were to come, my dreams will be thrown straight out the window. Thanks for attending. Thanks for having me here. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good.